everybody to International Education Week. Today we have one of our panelists that is currently studying abroad. I'll let her introduce herself. Can you tell us your name, where you're studying, what year you are, and then also what program you're doing?
Yes, so my name is Olivia Schumacher. I'm a senior this year at USD, and my program is currently in Granada, Spain, and I'm studying at Centro de Lenguas Modernas, or Center of Modern Languages.
Cool. And how long have you been there?
So I arrived here in August.
Cool. How did you first hear about studying away, and how far in advance did you start planning?
So I first heard about studying away my freshman year of college. Personally, I always knew that I wanted to study abroad, but it was more mentioned to me within my Spanish classes. And I would say I first started planning my sophomore year of college, and some stuff just got moved around because of COVID, but I've probably been planning about 2 years in advance for this program.
Yeah, we did a lot of planning before COVID and then during. That was fun in itself.
Yeah.
So how or why did you pick your current location? Because you're in Granada, and that, for those that don't know, it's not as popular or touristy as like Barcelona or Madrid that most people hear about. So why Granada in general?
Yeah, so originally I did want to study in Sevilla, Spain, which is also a little bit of a bigger city, but in the end, they just didn't have some of the right classes that I needed. And Granada was mentioned to me by one of my political science professors, and I did a lot of research, and Granada is just a really nice size. It's a very walkable city. It's also very diverse. So in the end, I'm super glad I picked Granada.
Cool. And where are you staying? Are you staying like at a student dorm or homestay?
So I am doing a homestay this year. So there is students that do residencia, which is just like a dorm. But so I am staying with a host mom, so it's just us two, and it's going great so far.
Awesome. So host families can range anywhere from like two spouses, maybe a grandparent, and just a lot of different varieties of different families. So it's very common if you want to study a language to stay with a host family because you are more immersed into that culture and that language. Do you find that has helped you a lot?
Yeah, it definitely has helped me improve my language skills. Like you said, there is other students that I know staying with bigger families or other students, but in the end, I'm super glad I chose a host family just for the language aspect. And also, they just know the city more, the country. They just have a lot of great advice, and it's just like staying with one of your friends.
So you were one of the brave students that I advised to go abroad during a global pandemic. Can you tell us a little bit about what that's been like?
Yeah, so first of all, like you said, before I left, it was a lot of monitoring of COVID-19, the country's regulations, airlines regulations, along with the United States. So it's definitely been a little bit of a different time to plan through COVID-19, but so far, just for the country, vaccination has been a big thing. It's just a little bit different from the US and USD. People here are still wearing masks, and it's just a little bit different in Europe to travel and just do things like that.
And are you still able to go to like restaurants and movies and kind of that day-to-day life?
Yeah, day-to-day life has, I think, returned to a lot of how it was before. Just like we said before, just has a few more regulations, but otherwise everything is more or less the normal.
Good. I'm glad you get to experience that.
Yeah, of course.
Does your program require a visa?
Yes, so that was also a part of the studying away process before. So if you're here for longer than 90 days, my program does require a visa, and I am over 90 days. But my program was also very helpful in the visa process. They did a group visa, so I just had to fill out my forms, send all my information, and that process was pretty simple.
Another question I have is, did you have trouble convincing like parents or guardians to do this type of program, or how did you approach that topic?
Yeah, so my parents always knew that I wanted to travel outside of the country while in college. And I would say, like any parents, they were just a little bit skeptical of it before, more or less just nervous for me. But after I went through all of the education, the classes, they were also very excited because they knew it would just be a great opportunity for me and a great learning experience.
So one question I get a lot is if study abroad is expensive. Did you use any financial support or aid to help your program?
So I would say my majors are international studies, which is in the political science department, and I also am majoring in Spanish. So the political science department, as well as the Spanish department, has really helped me through that. USD really wants their students to study abroad, so there is a lot of scholarship available to do so, which has been very helpful in this process. Also, my program, ISA, which is International Students Abroad, has scholarships available as well. So that's made study abroad a lot more doable.
Yeah. So in addition to departmental scholarships, scholarships within specific programs, USD also allows you to use your financial aid in current scholarships that you do receive. So if you're ever worried about affordability, our programs are affordable. So the next question I have is, what kind of classes are you taking right now?
Yeah, so when I arrived here in August, I took a placement test, and from there, the school here will place you in classes that are right for you to develop your language skills. So after that, I was able to take an intensive month of Spanish, which was very crucial in developing my language skills. We didn't only go over grammar or speaking, it was a lot of cultural aspect just to get into the flow of things. But so as of now, I am taking a speaking class, a grammar class, and then after that, you get to choose your electives. So right now, I'm taking a literature in the 19th century and a political science class, which is political systems in Spain and the European Union, which those are all in Spanish.
So I know you take classes, but do you have time outside of classes to do any other traveling? Does your program offer excursions or field trips to kind of immerse yourself into the day-to-day life of Granada?
Yeah, so my program is super great in doing that. We've been on so many excursions. We've been into the Sierra Nevadas, the mountain range by where we live. We've also gone to Sevilla, Cordoba with our program, but also it's very doable to travel within Spain with other students. I have gone to a lot of coastal cities in Spain and as well as Valencia and Madrid. It's a lot different when you get to Europe to travel around.
Side question, were you in Venice?
Yes, I also did. I also did travel to Italy a couple weeks ago, so that's been super awesome as well. I flew into Rome, we visited Vatican City, and then we did travel to Venice. So
Oh,
that
awesome.
is also on long weekends. It's also very simple to just get a cheap flight and go to another country.
I noticed that because you had posted on Instagram, and I was in Venice a couple months ago, and I just recognized one of the bridges that you were on. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think she was in Venice too. So that's
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm so excited. Italy is all open again. It was so fun to travel there. Yeah.
Italy has great food.
Yeah, they really do. Great food and ice cream.
What is Spain known for in terms of food?
I would say a lot of the touristy things are just sangria, paella, Spanish tortilla, anything like that is very well known here. Yeah.
Cool. Do you have a favorite dish?
Um, so my host mom is a very good cook, but so I would say I just like all of her cooking. Um, yeah. So not a super favorite dish, but overall very great.
Be nice to have a nice home cooked meal.
Exactly. It's so nice to be able to get that almost every day. So
How is your host institution different from USD?
yeah, so I would definitely say my classes here look quite a bit different than they do at USD. Most all of my classes here are about 2 hours, which was an adjustment from going from my 50-minute classes to 2 hour classes here. But also, what's different is most of the work is done in class because it's a lot of speaking practice, because that's how you're going to develop your language skills. So it's a lot of speaking, grammar, just right in the class, and less homework out of class, which is kind of the opposite in my classes at USD.
Okay, awesome. Um, what has been your favorite thing about studying abroad so far?
I would say my favorite thing about studying abroad so far has been able to meet everyone in my program, meet people that live here. It's been so awesome to learn about the culture, not just from Spain, but first of all the students in my program are from different parts of the United States. So I'm learning a lot of different things just about the United States from different parts. And there are also more or less international students in my classes at my school here. So there's students from Germany, Sweden, China, Indonesia that I all have in my classes. That's been just so awesome and fun to learn just about different parts of the world as well.
Last question. What is one thing that a USD student should know about studying abroad?
I would just say a few things before you study abroad. It's plan ahead. It's not only financially, but just what country looks best for you in terms of your language or what you want to learn, and just how your credits will transfer back in to just finish your degree. But in the end, I would say to just take that jump to study abroad, because this experience has just been one of the most interesting things I've done in my life, and very eye-opening and very educational.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Olivia, for being on our panel today. And it's so nice to see you. And hopefully, we'll see you at USD in a couple months.